Hello, hello. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Shillong. Is the other center? Senapati is there. Okay. Hello, Senapati. Good evening to all of you. I hope you're all good. And this is almost three. After 3 weeks, we are having a class, right? Yes. So tell me, first of all, how are you all? Itanagar, good evening. Good evening, all of you. Please, can you please mark your attendance? Please mark your attendance, all of you. Okay, I'm happy. That's good to know. Okay, 2. Thank you, Itanagar. What about Shillong? How many? Only 1. I think Shillong, there must be some camera. Can you say your port number? Shillong Center. Okay. Itanagar, Shillong, and Senapati. So, all right then. So, in today's class, what we are going to do is, okay, fine. Don't worry about that. Can you raise your hand? I just so that I can check whether you are there or not. Shillong, can we have the camera? Shillong Center. So, guys, we have covered. The last chapter was area of quadrilaterals and triangles. Okay, and I think that all the chapter, chapter test has already been covered. Triangles, area of quadrilaterals and triangles, quadrilaterals, all we have covered, right? So majorly we are skipped with 2. We are left with only 2 chapters now, and one is the circle, and second is the statistics, right? So today I have decided to start with the statistics because that will be, quite interesting. There is a lot to learn in this chapter. Okay, so we will start by defining some basic terminologies, and then we will go into the, finding the median, how to find mod, or suppose arithmetic mean. All of that we will do. Okay, so let's start then. Statistics. All right. Statistics. Okay, thank you, Itanagar. Total of 5. That's great. And please let me know if you can see this text size or not. Let me know, everyone, yes or no. You can hear me properly. You can see the screen properly. All of you, please. Statistics. All right, Senapati. All right. Yes, we can see it. Great. What about Senapati and Itanagar? Can you see this? Okay, all right. Then let's start the very first definition. And let me tell you what is statistics first of all, right? So statistics is defined as the science, as the science which deals with collection, presentation, analysis, and interpretation, of numerical data, right? Of numerical data. So all in, we play with the numerical data. We collect all the data, then we start to present in different ways. There are histograms, there are bar graphs, there are bar graphs, pie graphs, histograms, all of, right? Analysis, basically analyzing means finding mode, finding mean, finding median, all these numbers, right? Different characteristics they will be telling you. And then finally coming to interpretation means, again, what is the conclusion, right? The data you have collected, you shown in some kind of histogram or maybe pie graph or bar graph, and then finally finding the different values like median, mode, and then finally giving some conclusion, right? So this is all about statistics, all about numbers. Stats means number. Okay, next is, let me define what is data. In very short way we will define it, right? There is a lot we can do with data thing, but we will just define it, how many kinds of data are there in our syllabus, that we will cover. So guys, data means information or set of given facts, in numericals. Data means information or set of given facts in numericals or in numbers, right? In numbers. Simple. Data means number, collection of number, all of that. Next is types of data. How many kind of data you can have? Types of data. So first one is primary data, right? I'm just defining it. Nobody will ask you. Probably, if there are some schools, in which they can ask you, like what is primary data and so on, secondary data. So it will take only 15 minutes. Let me finish this part. Primary data. Primary data is the data collected by the investigator itself, right? Or himself. Okay, himself. The data collected by the investigator himself, that is called primary data. Second is let me give you some example on this. Example we can take as the kind of data which is collected by Census Commission for population census. Data collected by Census Commission for population census. Now there is a different, a unique, or I would say a separate department who collect all kind of the data or information regarding population growth, what was the mortality rate, what was birth rate in this year, how many kind of infant, how many youth, how many old age. So all of that, what kind of data or number is being collected by census board, right? Census board. So this is directly primary data. Secondly, now you will realize what is the difference between primary and secondary. Secondary data. Secondary data. Data, the data collected by someone other than the investigator, is called secondary data. For example, suppose I'm not taking data directly, from regarding the population or from the direct board, but what I'm doing is something like this, For example, we can take daily temperature, pressure of a region, noted from newspaper. So I think you have realized what is the difference between primary and secondary data right now, right? Daily temperature, pressure, or any other information, but we are not directly collecting from the from the meteorological department. There is a IMD department individually working for the weathering system, temperature, pressure, or all of that. But what we are doing is we are collecting or we are noting down from the newspaper, right? Newspaper. Simply there was some article was given, right? And okay, we have realized, okay, this was the temperature, this will be the pressure in this area on this day, on this hour particularly, right? All of that. But we are not collecting it directly, right? We are collecting it from some other newspaper. This is called secondary. And of course, talking about which data is more efficient, whether the primary one or the secondary one. So answer is always primary one, because you are directly taking from the main resource, right? But secondly, there are so many intermediate parties, right? Like newspaper or maybe some radio you can hear from, or any other, marketing agency. So like that. So it is not that reliable as compared to the primary data. Third is raw or ungrouped data. Ungrouped data. What is raw or ungrouped data? The data which is obtained in original form. Is called raw data. Next is fourth, grouped data. Pace bigger. Of course, I can do. Let me do this. Now, is it good? Silong? Group data. Guys, what is group data? When we condense raw data into classes, right? Or groups. such data is called group data. Is that clear? When we condense raw data into classes or suppose groups, then this kind of data we call group data. All right. Next is fifth one, not much important, array. Array is the data which has been arranged in ascending or descending, order of magnitudes, is called an array. So basically, in array we particularly follow either ascending order or descending order, right? So if there are suppose marks of some 50 students, so group data is basically we will be classified into some kind of groups, 0 to 10 marks, 10 to 20 marks, 20 to 30 marks, and so on, right? But here in case of array, again one on one, but there will be ascending or descending. So like if suppose X student get 2 marks, which is the lowest one, so I can take at the highest, right? I mean at the very first position, that will be 2 marks. Then there is some student who get suppose 4 marks, which is higher than that, so 2, then 4, and then increasing order, ascending order. You can do with that like highest marks on the top, then lower, then lower, then lower, and so on. This is called array. Next is presentation of data. Sorry, this is not part of data, but regarding data. Okay, this is not of course part of data. Array. It's again a kind of definition. What is array, and what is presentation of data? So what do you understand by presentation of data, guys? Presenting the data in the form of tables, in condensed form, right? In condensed form. Is called the presentation of data. We will do more about presentation of data, but maybe in the next class probably, right? Today we will be defining all the different kind of terms, and then we will do some basic question, statics, okay? From the statistics chapter, and then we will move into graphical. That will be in the next class probably. So next is frequency. Very much important to understand what is frequency, right? There is a lot regarding frequency thing, cumulative frequency and all of this, class marks, middle, right? Maximum, minimum, all of that, frequency. Guys, can you respond? My question is, in how many schools this chapter has already been covered? In how many centers basically? Itanagar, Shillong, and Senapati. In how many centers? Please tell me in how many centers already been covered? Because maybe you are finding this part boring then, because it's already covered, then I should probably move into the illustration thing. Frequency is number of times, very good then. So I think we should continue. Number of times an observation, great, thank you everyone. No, it is very much important. Let me tell you, this is very much important. Yes, that's a different thing. It is quite easier chapter. But it is important, right? Number of times an observation occurs. Okay, everyone, please continue. Observation occurs in the region, it's not region, in the given data, right? In the given data. Is called frequency. Is called frequency of the observation. Now, what is the use of frequency? Now, I'll tell you that. Okay, to understand frequency is very much important. Let me take an example. Suppose there are a total of I would say 10 students are there. Their marks are something like this: 2, 4, 5, 9, 11, 13, 17, 22, 26, 29. Out of 30, these are the marks of how many students? Total of 10 students I will take. Right? Is that clear? As all the numbers are different, right? As all the numbers are different, so what is the frequency of all observations? 1 and 1. But now if I take this example, right? The second data, something like this. 2, 2, 5, 5, 7, 11, 11, 18, 19, 20, 20, 24, 24, 26, 24, and 20. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and this is 20. So these are total of how many students? 20 students. Right? So what I'll do is, now we can define frequency thing, right? There is clearly observable, there are some numbers which are, repeated, which are being repeated. What are those numbers? If I were to write this way, let me make a table. Students, number of students, these are marks, this is nothing, I would say, frequency itself, right? Marks and frequency. See how it will be. Let's say 2, 5, 7, 11, 18, next is 19, 20, and 24, 26, right? These are the different marks possibly you can see on the screen. Okay, now, how many number of students in this category? Or this is serial number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, likewise. Okay. So guys, how many students are in the group, in the class, who has 2 marks? 1, 2. So what is the answer here? It would be 2. 5, again 2. This is nothing but the frequency. Okay. 7, only 1. 11, 2. 18, 1, 2 and 3, so total of 3. 19, it will be 1. 20 how many? 1, 2 and 3. 3. What about 24? 24 is 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times, right? Lastly 26. So how many times, guys? 1 and 2. 2 times. Now the important thing is, let me define this as, I would say, it is nothing but I would say Fi, sigma Fi, right? Or frequency you can take as Fi. Frequency means small f. Always remember, guys, when you will add all these frequencies, na, sigma f. I hope you understand what is sigma. No? Sigma means summation. Summation. We will add all the data provided, right? So 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7, 3, 10, 11. And this is how much? 2, 2, 5, 7, 10, 11, 14, 17, 19. How this is 19? It should be 20, na? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, there is total of 19. So let me do one more, which is 19, right? 19. So in 19, how many numbers now? Of course, 2. Anyway, what is the sigma f? Sigma f is going to be 20. So always remember, right? Sigma f will give you the total, total number of students or total number of persons, whatever the data is, right? However the data is. Is that clear? Sigma f, when you will add sigma, all the frequencies you will add. So you will get the total number of students available. Why? Because if we are saying that 18 counts 3 times, that means there are 3 students. What does it mean actually? There are 3 students in the class who scored 18 marks, right? So basically these are the marks. If these are the marks and these are the number of students corresponding to some marks, then definitely when you will add all these number of students, now you will get the total number of students. So sigma f is always 20. I mean the total number of students, right? I hope that frequency now you have understood. I mean there was an easier way also. I could have directly given you some number and would repeat it 2 or 3 times. So that will be the frequency itself. But again, I have taken this example because this is what we are going to do in the whole chapter. Kind of this thing, right? Serial numbers, some marks, some classes, frequency, sigma, all of this will be there. So guys, next is important things like the second point is, what is classes or class interval? Classes or class interval. These are groups. Classes are basically, these are groups. These are groups in which all observations, observations are divided. These are groups in which all the observations are divided. Classes interval, right? For now, you just have to write. Maybe you will not get a lot, but don't worry. In the very first example, you will get all of this. Okay. Third point is class interval, which we have covered. Next is class size. Class size. What is class size? The difference between the difference between the class limits, no, the difference between the upper and lower limits of any class is termed as class interval, or sorry, class size. Okay, class size. Now you can understand what is class interval and class size. Let me define it, right? What is lower, upper, that you have to understand. For example, if I take, suppose 0 to 10, some 10 to 20 and so on, some kind of data is provided, such a manner, right? So what we are saying is basically 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. These are the classes, right? These are the classes. Is that clear? Classes. Classes are basically 0 to 10 or maybe 10 to 20 or 20 to 30. All these are classes, right? Now, apart from this, there are some more important terms which are lower limit, upper limit. Right? Lower limit, upper limit. Lower limit, upper limit will be this. If I'm talking about 0 to 10, suppose this cycle. So what is the lower limit, guys? 0. What is the upper limit? That will be 10. Is that clear? Now, the last thing, which is class size. What is class size? How we define it? Class size is basically this. Class size will be upper limit minus of lower limit. What is the upper limit in any of the class? You can see this is 10, suppose 10 minus 0, so that will be 10. If you were to solve for 20 minus 10, so that is always 20 minus 10, that is again 10. Let's do one more time. 30 minus 20 will give you again 10. So class size, remember, always same, right, for a given data. Like this is not the case. You can define 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, then 20 to 25, 25 to 32, right? That is not the correct way to, arrange any kind of raw data into a group data. This is how we do in a symmetry, like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, or maybe 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 30, 20, or maybe in the, multiple of 7, 0 to 7, right, then 8 to 15, 8 to 14, then 15 to 21, like that. That you can also do. But class size should be same. Then only we will call it a group data. Is that clear, everyone? Class size. I hope you have understood what is classes, lower limit, upper limit, and what is the class sizes. Right? Difference of the lower and upper limit. Simply, upper and lower limit. Next is, what is the number? Fourth. Fourth is class mark. Class mark. Class mark is middle value of the class interval. It is called middle value or class mark. So what is class mark actually? Class mark will be nothing but lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Average of both the limits. Simple. In the class size, we do take difference of upper and minus, upper and lower, and here we take average of these two. So I hope you can understand by this what is the class mark for 0 to 10. So we will add 0 plus 10 divided by 2, which is 5. Right? This is class mark. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 30. So what is the answer? 5, 15 and 25. Class size is same in all the cases, right? Class size is always same, which is what? 10. If you were to look into any of these classes, always 10. Next is range. Fifth is range. What is range, guys? Range is the difference between the maximum value and the minimum value of the variate is called range. Of the variate is called range. Okay, I hope you understood all the terms here, but probably not this one. Variate, right? Variate. I would say, let's skip this term, variate. Let me use some easier term than this. The minimum value of the data given, right? Data given. Quite good now. Data given is called range. So basically, let me tell you what is the range in this case, right? In this case, guys, you can understand easily, right? Very easy. You see? So what is the minimum marks out of these given total marks? 2, right? What is the highest marks? Highest marks is given 29. So basically, what is the I would say range for this given data would be 29 minus 2, which is 27, right? Simple. Don't worry, we will do question on this also. This is just I'm defining one by one. Next is sixth one, cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Okay. The cumulative frequency, it corresponds to a class, corresponding to a class is the sum of all frequencies up to and including that class. It corresponding to any class is the sum of all frequencies up to and including that class. I'll show you what is cumulative. Don't worry, it's very easy. Okay. These are the frequencies, right? These are the frequencies. These are the marks, or I would say classes, right? Cumulative frequency. Let me take some 5, 8, 12, 15, 18, right? These are basically out of 20. So if these are numbers are given, some 7, 8, 6, 9, 4, right? So what is the cumulative frequency basically, right? Forget about these marks, class marks, whatever. Just forget about that. When we are talking about cumulative frequency, the only focus of our is frequency. Is that clear? So cumulative frequency for this class, or I would say this mark category, it would be 8 itself, because there is nothing right before that. Talking about this class, what is the cumulative frequency? We will add these two. So 8 plus 7 will give you 15. Now for the next, 15 plus 6 will give you 21. Again, 21 plus 9 will give you 30. And lastly guys, 30 plus 4 will give you 34. That is also, you see, what is the number given? 34. If you were to add all the numbers, that will also give you 34. So cumulative frequency is nothing but just kind of, one more data we are providing. Is that clear? Where we are adding all the preceding frequencies, previous frequencies, and of course that particular class also. 8 plus 7 is 15, plus 6, 21, and 9 is 30, and finally 34. Okay? This is how we get 8, 15, 21, 30, 34. This is your answer. Is that clear? Next is what is the number? Cumulative frequency was 6. So now we will do 7. Seventh number is types of frequency distribution. Now basically we can understand, right, very easily that two kind of frequency distributions are there. First of all, individual marks, right, which is called discrete. Single system, single person, right, one person, second person, third person, and so on. The other is called grouped, or like continuous, which is also we call continuous frequency distribution, which is nothing but 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on. So let's define one by one. First, discrete distribution or discrete frequency distribution. Second is continuous frequency distribution. Okay, so guys, first one, frequency distribution, discrete one, right? So what is discrete frequency distribution now? In discrete frequency distribution, the cumulative frequency of a particular value of the variable is the sum of all values of the variable is the sum of all values of variables which are less than or equal to the particular value. Or equal to the particular value. right? The cumulative frequency of a particular class of the variable is the sum of all values of the variables which are less than or equals to the particular value. So discrete is basically, for not grouping, where data are given individually. Simple, right? If you get confused, always remember individual data. Second, in the second case, what we have is, see, in case of cumulative or continuous frequency distribution, the table which displays the manner in which cumulative frequencies are distributed. Over various classes is called cumulative frequency distribution or continuous frequency distribution, right? In very simple language, if I were to define now, I would say discrete is basically individual. One more time telling you. And continuous is basically for groups or classes. Simple. Next is very much important. Listen it carefully. I have seen so many students. They even have qualified for JEE and they are still having this kind of doubt. Sir, which have to include, which have to exclude? So listen it carefully, everyone. Exclusive, just continuous and inclusive, discontinuous form. Okay. What is in regard to exclusive or inclusive? Just give me a moment. Talking about exclusive first. Exclusive form. Exclusive form is a frequency distribution in which each upper limit of each class is excluded, while lower limit of each class is included. Is an exclusive form. For example, you will understand by this. Suppose we have made groups of 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, right? And if this is the exclusive form, so of course what we are taking and what we are not taking is, in this 0 to 10 basically, if upper limit is not been included, right? Only lower limit is included. So I would say 10 is not included here. 10 is not included. In this basically class, the student which, the number of student or, any student who will get 10 marks will not be included in this. Who have to come? I mean, who has to come here? 10 is including, but 20 is excluding, right? So if there is anyone who is getting 20 marks, cannot club into the second category, he has to come into the third one. Here 20 will be including. Is that clear? So this is called exclusive form, where only the lower limit has been included, not the upper limit. Second is inclusive. Inclusive form, a frequency distribution in which both upper and lower, upper limits are included. That is called inclusive form of frequency distribution. For example, guys, you can take this one: 0 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30. And you also will realize what is the reason we are saying it continuous and discontinuous. So of course 0 and 10 both are including, again 11 and 20 both are including, 21 to 30 again both are including, right? Class size in each and every case is 10, right? Because in inclusive form, you will be doing this minus this. The reason why we are saying it, that exclusive form continuous and inclusive form discontinuous, there is a reason. You see, this is the inclusive form, right? We are saying it discontinuous because if there is 0 to 10, so we are not taking 10 again, we are taking 11. 20 is being covered, so now we will take 21. So this is called discontinuity, right? But here in this case, when there is exclusive form, we will call it continuous. Quite surprising, but yes, there is a reason why we are saying it continuous, because 0 to 10, 10 has not been included, but here 10 will include. So 0 to 10, and the next is 10 to 20. So they are continuous. All right? Everyone. Next is the very last term we will define is tally marks. What is tally marks? Tally marks. Tally marks are basically kind of symbol representation in which, one is being referred as, 2 is being referred as 2 vertical lines, 1 single line, this is the single line, 2 vertical line, 3 vertical line, right? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. What about 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. What is 5? This one. This is 5. We will do a cross, right? Railway crossing. Right? I was remembering it, railway crossing types. Parallel lines and then cross it. After every 4 you will do this, right? Now suppose you have to do, suppose 6. What is 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Is that clear? This is all about tally marks, and we are done with all kind of definition, right? What is data? What kind of data? Frequency, all kind of frequencies, ranges, class mark, class size, lower limit, upper limit, frequency distribution, continuous frequency distribution, discontinuous, exclusive, inclusive, all of that. So are we done? Need a break? Yes or no? Need a break? Don't worry. We are good with our pace. Don't worry about that. Right? There's only 2 chapters left for now. And probably I would say in coming, not 2, but maybe 3 lectures we need more because we have almost taken 1 lecture to define all these terminologies. That's fine. Let's take a break then. But please come back as soon as possible so that we can resume again. Okay? Let's have a break, everyone. Hello. Is everyone back? Please respond something. Shillong, Itanagar. Hello, hello. So is everyone back? Please respond something. We are almost done with all kind of definitions, right? There is no more terms which we have to define now. Now we'll do some question, right? We will understand what is class, interval, what is limit, lower, higher, right? All of this we will learn now. So question is, are you back, guys? Please respond. Almost 10 minutes are there, right? You have to come back. Take your time, take your time. Thank you, Shillong. Okay. Question is, the following data gives the number of children in 15 families of a locality, right? Data are given, right? Exactly this one: 2, 2, 3, 1, 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 4, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 1, 4, 3, 1, 1. Let me count if this is 15 or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 8, 10, and 15. Yes, they are total of 15. The question is, make an array of above data and construct a frequency table, right? This is the data provided. Now you have to make an array of above data and of course a frequency table, right? So how we would do that? You see, array you're getting, frequency table of course you're getting. Now but how to represent all this data now? This is how we do. Sorry. So you see, these are total of 15 families, right? What is the maximum number you can see is 1, 2, 3, and of course 4. 5 is the maximum children any family can have. So what we will do is frequency table. We will write here number of children. In one column I'll take number of children, right? In this we will take tally marks, and this is their frequency, or we would also say number of families, exactly, right? Number of families, which is also nothing but the frequency. Like if 5 children are there, so how many family actually consist of 5 children? So that will be frequency. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course 5. Tally marks will be 1, sorry, telemarks we will write later. Let me find out the frequency first of all. Frequency is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So how many times? 5 times, right? 2 how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 3 times. 4 is 2 times. 2 times and 1 exactly, 5 will be exactly 1 time. So this is what? Number of families or frequency, their frequency. Now we always make tally marks for frequency, right? Frequency is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. This is the table. Now, of course, you can do this. This is what your answer is. Is that clear? Well, you can do it better because you have scales. I do not have. Even I'm not worrying about it, right? You just have to understand what is the number of children, what is the telemarks, what is frequency, right? Number of families and all. This is the answer for this given question. Is that clear? Yes. Let's put the next question. Next question is, the following data gives marks out of 50 obtained by 25 students of a class in some test, right? In a test. Now, marks are like this: 39, 13, 45, 38, 16, 28, 31, 7, 16, 28, 31, 7, 3, 22, 19, 38. Then we have 24, 4, 32, 23, 22, 18, 42, 18, 20, 17, 18, 20, 17, and we can take 12, 9, 10 or 11, whatever, 11. Okay, these are the numbers. The question is, arrange them in ascending order and present is it as a group data. Now, of course, when it comes to group data, maybe they can ask you two questions. First is inclusive form, and exclusive form. Exclusive form, second is inclusive form, right? This is my question. So again, all you can do is frequency you can write down, of course, right, if needed. But anyway, how we solve this is important. First one. So we have to do this question in group data, right? So we have, of course, we have to define some classes. First is given as exclusive form. Now what is, guys, exclusive form? Exclusive is this one. When we take 0 to 10 and then again we take 10 to 20, where of course 20 is been including, right? What do I guess is the better way to write it will be this one. If I write this way, no, you will understand it quite easily. I mean, not in this. If I write this way, now you will understand it. 0 to 10, 0 is not including, 10 is including. Right? Sorry, 10 is excluding, na, is in this. Like that. Upper limit is never included. So this is what upper limit. Lower limit will be included. Right? Like this. Anyway, exclusive you know already, right? I was just giving you some kind of hint so that you can remember always in exclusive form what we include and what we do not, right? So lower limit always including, right? Not exclude. I mean, not the upper limit. Is that clear? Exclusive form. First is exclusive form. So how we do that? Now you see, inclusive form. So we will make classes in 0 to 10 marks, or I would say class intervals. Class intervals. These are number of students, which is also we call frequency. Sorry. Class intervals. Let me define from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Now always remember, guys, as we are saying that 0 will be including, 10 is not, right? So if 10 is there, if any guy can get 10 marks, I'll not include here, but in this second class, right? So 0 to 10, how many? 0 to 10 will be 1, 2, 3, I think 4. These are the total of 4. 4. 10 to 20. Now, of course, 10 including, 20 excluding. So, where is 10? There is no 10. Well, anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there anything left? Is there anything left? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 7, 8. 12 is also there, so there will be total of 8. You please check, you will get the different answer, please let me know. Now again 20 to 30. So remember 20 will be including in this class. So 20, 1, right? 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6, right? Total of 6. 6. Next is 30 to 40. How many? 30 to 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Total of 5. And lastly 40 to 50, including 40 of course. So that will be 1 and 2. That's it. Total of 2. Total of 2. And if you were to do sigma f, that will be how much? That will be total of 50 of course. I mean not 50. How many students were there? 25. So it will be 25. 5 to 7, 6, 13, 8, 21, 24. Right? So this will be the answer. Is that clear, everyone? This is what the answer of exclusive form, right? Exclusive form. Next is inclusive form. So inclusive form, of course, there will be a difference. What? 0 to 10, then 11 to 20, 21 to 30, and so on. So this time the difference would be here, I guess, in this. All these will be same. This, and this will be remaining same. The only thing which will be changed here, it will become 9 and it will become 5. Because in case of inclusive form, please make a different table, a separate table. But I'm not doing that because I'm giving you some hint regarding that, right? Guys, here it will be 0 to 10, then it will be 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, and finally 41 to 50. So of course, now this time 20 will be including here in case of inclusive, right? Inclusive. So that will become 9 instead of 8, and it will be then 5 instead of 6. Say yes or no, guys, everyone. If you get it, please say yes. Very good, very good. Anyway, what is the answer if I were to ask you, suppose class size of this data, class size, let me ask you some more question, or we can do some more question like, and find class size. What is the class size? Class size will be 10. Now, there is an important announcement, guys. This is not the only possible answer, right? This is not the only possible answer for this question because class size not been defined. We have taken class size of 10, right? Now, if you want to get your data more accurately, then what you can do is you can divide into 5, 0 to 5, 6 to 10, like 5 to 10, 10 to 15, however you are doing in exclusive or inclusive. But what I am saying is, as class size is not given, in what class size you have to do the group, this is up to you, right? If you are like looking for more accurate result, you can take 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to, and so on, like 48 to 50. It's quite weird, but I'm telling you, right? The more accurate you will get, the more precisely you will go, you will get the more accurate result. Now, if you are like doing 20, 0 to 25, 25 to 15, that's it, khatam, right? That's over. I hope you're getting my point. As class size is not mentioned, so you are free to consider any class size. You can take 0 to 10, you can take 0 to 5, or you can take 0 to 25. But 0 to 10 is quite, I would say a standard one, which everyone follow. Anyway, question is, what we have considered as class size 10, so answer is 10. If I were to ask you what is the range, range will be highest value, the maximum value of all this data. What is the maximum value? I think 45, right? 45. This 45 in the lowest data is given, this 3. So 45 minus 3. Answer is 42. So range is 42. Is that clear? Suppose if you were to write, the class marks, or I would say the middle marks. So that will be 5 here, 15, 25, 35, and 45. I am covering this because, in the next class we can start with the new topic. right? We are done with all kind of distribution, how to construct a table, frequency table. And of course, guys, if you were to do suppose cumulative frequency, don't worry, we will do 1 or 2 questions in the next class also. But you just can understand what is cumulative frequency one more time. That is 10, that is 10, that is 10. Basically, this is inclusive, so you will be doing 20 minus 11, but again you have to add 1 because it is inclusive, right? So this is 10 always, don't worry. Okay, this is 10. Cumulative frequency will be 4, 12, 18, 23 and 25. This is what your cumulative frequency will be. Well, that's a good question, Silong. Like, what is the class size of inclusive 10 or 9? So, of course, that is 10, right? In case of inclusive, class size will be same because we are this time including the lower limit. So, that we have to like lower and upper both. So, we will take subtraction, but again, we will add 1. Okay. So, is there any doubt? Anyone, Itanagar, in Senapati or Ceylon? Please. And if no, then this is for the day. I would say just do your, state textbook and try to understand the illustrations given. Do some questions in that particular. Right? Well, this is not, I have not covered so much so that I can give you some homework from Abanti module or something. But yes, today you can revise it entirely. In the next class, we will do a lot of new topics, or I can give you a lot of questions also. Okay? So take care, everyone. Take care of your health. And as winters are coming, so please, right? Wear all the jacket, sweater, caps and all, right? I hope there is no one who is riding bike right now, right? You are in 9th class, so you must not be allowed. Yes, I'll definitely show you continuous frequency distribution. This is continuous frequency distribution, the table which displays the manner in which cumulative frequency are distributed over various classes. It's only about the class, that's it. It is about the class, right? It is about that particular variable, particular value. To the particular value, right? Okay then, take care everyone. We'll see you in the next class. Bye bye. Good night.